this will be an interesting test. On my left here, I have a GoPro Hero 10 Black. On my right, I have a GoPro Hero Session, and it's the old Session, the one that like nobody talks about. Anyway, they're both recording in 1080p. The GoPro Hero 10 is in 24 FPS, and the Hero 10, or the Session, is in 30 FPS. So technically, it's got a little bit of an advantage. And I'm just going to compare, for my own personal wonders, how do they work together? How do they handle? What do they look like? So anyway, this is interesting. Okay, so besides the fact that I look absolutely wild, I'm going to put the Suzuki, which has a blown head gasket, up here next to the FRS. The grass on this side of the FRS is already kind of meh, especially right up here, if I can get real close. And for a little bit I was dumping some sand and kitty litter right here, and I realized it was a bad idea. And since that's kind of leaking a little bit, I'm hoping that if we put that right under the engine in the oil area, that'll be fine. And the grass, as you can see, isn't perfect right here. So, yeah, I don't really have a good other place. I don't want to put it back on the pad, because that is where, one, I've got a pile of leaves and tree and stuff I'm hopefully going to try to burn. But also, I left it there during the winter over the Halloween area season, and I came home with a busted windshield that looked like something pumpkin size was dropped on it. That was kind of disappointing. Regardless, it happened. So, I've been keeping the Suzuki where I can see it, especially after replacing the windshield. And I'm hoping to replace the blown head gasket at some point, but under there is a beautiful FRS. And over here is a beautiful engine block, and over here is a beautiful crankshaft, brand new crankshaft. So the engine's ready to start being put together. I'm missing crankshaft bearings. So I'll get those ordered, and then we'll be underway with the engine build, because I'm pretty sure I have everything else. I might even do a video beforehand prepping the cylinders, the piston heads. Well, anyway, I'm going to swap over to Hero 10. This is the Hero 10. I'm going to swap over to the Hero4 Session, and we're going to get the Suzuki started up and moved. Okay, so we're on the Session. Hi, Cherry. Let's go get this Suzuki moved. It's been sitting for a while, and it has a blown head gasket, so we're going to have to be kind to it. Yeah? Hop in. You know what? I think before we park it for its future, I think what we'll do is we'll vacuum it out first. And I will pull it up into the garage, into the driveway, to vacuum it out and spray it off. I'll actually put it like right about here. So let me move her stuff here out of the way. Get the hose where I can use it if I decide to. That'll be good. Alright, let's go get her pulled up here. I'm going to try to drive it as little as possible so that we don't actually damage anything permanently. Hi, babe. Alright, let's see how we do. Oh, we had a blinker on. Take the parking brake off. Okay, here we go. 116,421 miles. And I blew the head gasket about 2 miles ago. So she's been sitting since. Here we go. She sounds okay. Alternator light is on, or the battery light is on. Mommy. We don't have Mommy at the moment, but Mommy will be home in a little bit. Whew. Put her in reverse and she wants to go. Oh, we got no power steering. Oh, yeah. Alright. Keep that in mind. Don't know where power steering went, but vacuum her out, spray her off. It's a little hot in here. Some good airflow for the children. Alright. I'm actually going to leave that open since we're going to be vacuuming. Okay, it was worse than I thought. The no power steering is because the belt popped off. Probably because everything's so oily and greasy. So when I'm done vacuuming it all out, we'll deal with that before I put it away. Again, because when I put it away, I don't want to put it away totally broken. So actually, because that, plus the battery light being on, I actually have the battery on the tender. And we're at 12.8 volts. And that's not a particularly old battery, so I don't want to kill it. So we're going to try to take care of it while we vacuum her out. And the fluids that we can take care of, like the brake fluid and the windshield washer fluid, we are going to top off and replace. Power steering fluid, it actually looks fine, so we'll figure out. I haven't recharged the AC system yet, and I don't think that there's much point in doing much with the coolant system until the blown head gasket is fixed. And I'm just gonna try to crack this open. I guess it doesn't look too bad, but I promise you, it ain't right. I'm taking a break. I've pressure washed the front end, and I'm gonna let it dry out. I already tried to blow it off with the air blower, and we'll try to get it dried off and try to get a belt on there before we move it. But I gotta take a break because I've been fighting with that belt now for 40 minutes, and it ain't going well, so. Okay, so I have gotten cleaned up. So I really don't want to get too dirty, but I gotta get this thing parked where I need it. And to do that, I gotta get this belt on, and I am just struggling, and I don't know why. This should be the right belt. Continental 4060805. No matter which belt I try to focus on, whatever pulley, to be the last one, I just can't seem to get it. Man, I don't know. I got the pulley with some tension on it. Every time I think I get it, I just ain't got it. Anyway, I'm gonna focus on trying to get this on here. I'm not gonna do a time lapse or anything because I don't know. I just don't want to. But I did spray everything out, and I feel like I did a pretty decent job spraying everything off. Everything looks way less oily than it did. So that's a good thing. But we'll see. Let's see what we can get here. Okay. I've done a couple of test bumps, and all is well. I'm trying to see if I can get a little more water in the coolant system. The belt's on. It's off a lip here, and it's off a lip down here, and I've done the best I frickin' can to get it all the way on properly, and I'm just struggling. So I'm gonna get this where I need it parked, and then once I get it where I need it parked, we'll go from there. And there's Mom. Okay, that was a huge pain. Let's get this moved. Should have a little bit of power steering now, though. It's nice, and well, that seat's not vacuumed out, but the rest of it's been vacuumed out. So, and I really cleaned off that door panel. It was pretty muddy. Alright, I am going to not hold a GoPro this whole time, because if I do, I won't be able to get the precision I need. I'll be back, and this thing will be magically where it's supposed to be. Okay, so the Session is just so much slower, and has the integrated battery, and this thing had to sit in a drawer for almost a year to be usable again, so it got frozen. We're just checking on Maple on the baby monitor. She's okay watching Blue's Clues. She's trying to have a bowel movement, so we'll give her some privacy. Poor thing. Anyway, while she's okay, I got the Suzuki, where it's going to sit for a little bit. It's not over a ton of fresh, clean, okay grass, and I'm pretty happy with that. So now I'm going to work on getting this car cleaned out. After this car gets cleaned out, probably going to use it this week. Oh, here's Mom.